Hello everyone and welcome to first episode of Pragmatic Developers. And in today's episode we'll talk about subagents in Claude Code. And I reckon that this topic is really important because the whole industry is moving in this direction. And right now we have a chance to start learning these practices. AI agent-driven development from the very beginning. And this gives us a great opportunity to become experts in this area. So let's see official documentation of Anthropic, and actually Anthropic says that SubAgent is a specialized AI assistant that can be invoked by Claude Code itself, and this assistant is able to handle specific types of tasks. And when we will be creating this assistant, we can describe what kind of tasks this agent should be able to perform. So we will define it in system prompt, in instructions for that agent. And also we can provide additionally some guidelines, maybe information about our project, about styles, etc. And the most important key benefit of using agents in our projects, in our development, first of all, because we use the agent for different tasks, and we'll be able to save our context window in the main conversation, because tasks which we delegated to agent will be executed outside of main context window, and it helps us to preserve more context for the current conversation, to proceed the conversation in scope of current feature, maybe to fix some issues after the development, etc., etc. And we'll have more free context for this conversation, because, as I said, the development of agent-specific task will be executed outside of this conversation. Maybe let's see on example how it looks like. So now I'm going to run Claude inside of my demo project, and this is just a typical full stack project, and maybe let me show you how it looks like. So this project has client based on React application. Also it has server part based on Nest.js, and some model for sharing some common logic between server and client to share some types, etc. And all this project is done via PNPM monorepo. So that's it, and maybe let's start this project. This is right now is very simple functionality inside of this project. And I will show you the current implementation. Okay, so let's open the project. Okay, so this is just user management dashboard where we can add new users, where we can edit users, and of course where we can delete users. So this is just a CRUD for user management. And let's maybe run Claude code. Okay, so this is a new conversation started from the scratch. And let's see how many tokens we have inside of this conversation for the development. So right now you can see that our current model is Claude Sonnet, and this model has 200,000 tokens, and only 67% are available for us for performing tasks, for execution of tasks, because rest of prompts are taken with system prompt, with system tools, with MCP tools, and with some memory about this project, and also 22% were allocated for auto compact buffer. That means when we running out of our free tokens for the development, Claude Code automatically will start auto compacting all our conversation to squeeze it, and to allocate more free space to proceed this conversation. But actually that's not productive, because during this auto compaction we may lose some important information, and of course the general conversation will be a little bit spoiled with this squeezing, with squeezing of this size. So actually let's try maybe to create some feature for this project, and let's see how many contexts we will use without SubAgents. And after that we'll create a few SubAgents, and we'll implement the same feature with the same prompt, and we will see how many tokens we will be able to compare how many tokens we consumed during the first approach without agents, and during the second approach with agents. So I want to create also new entity projects, to create also some CRUD for this entity, and each user should be assignable for the project. So let's write this prompt, and of course this prompt is very simple, and for real projects in real life, I guess you need to provide for your prompts more context, more information, and in this case your tasks will be executing more precisely, and without any reworking, yeah, after your prompt. So let's start typing my simple prompt. So add new entity projects. Also implement API and add UI. Just UI. Each user should be assignable to a project. I guess again this is a demo, and for the demo I guess this prompt is enough for us. So let's start the implementation and let's see the result of this development. So right now Claude divided this task into subtasks and is going to implement it. And I'm going to pause my screen recording and I will come back to you with results of this implementation, and we'll see what was done, yeah, and also we'll see how much time we spent on this implementation. Okay, Claude finished his work on that task, and we can see that we have a lot of changes on server side, in shared types, and in client as well. Also, we have a lot of information in as outcome of this task. Of course, we have the report of what was done, yeah, and what changes we have in database, in front end and in back end. But with this report, we also have a lot of technical information, a lot of logs, yeah, and I would say all this information is noise, yeah, for that conversation, because I'm not sure that I will need all these technical logs with these changes, etc. For my future conversation, if I would like to proceed the development, yeah, the feature development in the current conversation instead of creating a new one. And let's see how the feature looks like. So we have users, we have projects, and okay, as we can see, this table looks not good because yeah, we don't have this margin from right side and left side, but we can edit projects, we can create a new project. Let's see, active completed, yeah, and okay, and also we can assign projects to users. Okay, so looks like everything is correct. And now let's see how many tokens were used for that development. Okay, so now we can see that right now we have only 36% of free space, And let's say if we would like to proceed this development of this feature to fix some issues or to update some parts of this feature, that's I would say not a lot of free space here to proceed the development, because maybe few additional prompts and actually free space will be taken for the development, and we will need to auto compact our conversation or start it from the scratch. And if we start it from the scratch, if we start a new conversation, in this case we will need to pass again this additional context, what was done, what was the purpose of this development, and what we want to fix. So looks like it is not the best approach. And let's try to do the same feature, but before that we will create 3 subagents. The first subagent will be backend agent, second agent will be front-end agent, and database agent. And let's see what the situation will be in that case. So first of all, let's clear the conversation, and now we can start. Also maybe we need to roll back all our changes and to start it from scratch. So as you can see, we don't have projects feature, and let's start creating agents. So let's create backend agent, and I want to create this agent on project level because I don't want to reuse it in my other projects. But if you have some reusable agents, so you can create it on personal level, and actually this agent will be available in your other projects. So let's create the project agent, and also we can choose how do we want to create it. We can create it manually, and in this case we'll need to write all these instructions manually, and I will prefer to create it automatically, because I have a lot of information about my project in Claude MD file. You can see that we have a description of the architecture of this project. We have some comments for development. We have some comments for building this project. We have some examples. And also we have information about our stack, that this is Nest.js project. Also we have information about front-end part as well, even some libraries we using for this application. So all this information is available, and I do expect then when I will be creating these agent via Claude. So Claude will investigate the project structure, and also will reuse this Claude MD file to provide a better description or better instructions for my agent. And let's start with creating backend export. So I will just type a prompt, create backend export, to develop API and backend logic, and I will mention information about Claude MD file explicitly. I'm not sure should I need it or not, but let's do it just in case. So more information about stack in Claude MD file. Okay, that's it. Experts, develop API and backend logic. More information about stack and Claude MD. Okay, so now Claude is going to analyze my project and will create instructions, and I will show you how it looks like. So currently we have .claude folder in our project, and as you can see we have only settings and that's it. And when Claude is finished the creation of agent, we will see these instructions inside of this .claude folder. Okay, now looks like the generation is done, and actually right now we can allow or disallow access for tools inside of this agent. And right now I'm going to use all these tools, but maybe in future I can come back to the settings of this agent and can disable some tools. Again, disabling these tools allows us to preserve our context, and yeah. So let's continue, and we can also choose the model which will be inside of this agent, and in my case Sonnet model is the best model for the development. And also we can choose the color, and this color will be presented during the implementation of my prompts. Yeah, and we'll see the highlighted information with this color in our logs. And let's use for backend API blue color. Okay, and now it's done. I'm going to press S, and we saved our agent to the project level. And right now you can see that file backend API developer was created, and you can find the name of this agent, description about this agent, and also some information about our stack, current stack. Yes, so we use Nest.js, we use TypeORM, monorepo, etc, etc, etc. And I guess that should be enough. And let's go and create a UI agent. Yeah, create UI agent to develop content part. Find more information in Claude MD file. Okay, so the same. We should wait for analyzing this project. Unfortunately, we don't see any logs what is going behind of this generation. But who knows, maybe in future Anthropic will add all these logs to this view, just to have more visibility. But for now, actually, we can see that it's just generating it, that's it. Okay, the same question regarding tools. I'm going to use all tools. I'm going to use Sonnet, and let's use green color for front end part. And yeah, so here it is. So we have UI developer agent with information about our stack, what LSS we use, what API integration do we have, and about guidelines, or for CSS, etc. So looks like the information is comprehensive, and I believe should be enough. Oh wow, and actually we have also checklist for the agent, and I guess that's really interesting. Yeah, so we have to, before completing any task, we have to compile our application, we have to check imports inside of this application, types inside of this application, LSS, etc., etc. And I guess that's really useful to have such checklist. And if I created it manually, I guess I wouldn't create this checklist because yeah, as I said, delegation such tasks to Claude Code, actually that's really efficient way, because he's really great in creation instructions, guidelines, etc. And of course in future we can update or adjust these current prompt, these current instructions. So that's great, because it's flexible. And maybe let's create the last one. Create database agent to handle schema changes in schema migrations, etc. My current DB is SQLite. Please find more details in Claude MD file. Okay, and let's see the system prompt for database agent. I guess it also should be comprehensive. Great, continues on it, and let's use yellow color and save it, and we can see that we also have some self-verification checklist, and again this agent is going also to check types defined in shared package, to check relationships, services, and models which we are going to import into Nest.js. And so looks like it's done. And now let's try to create the same feature from the scratch. And let's check maybe the context again. So we see that we have 66% of available free space, and let's use the same prompt as we used before. Okay, so add new entity projects, also implement API and add UI. Each user should be assignable to a project, and let's add at the end of this prompt, let's explicitly mention that we want to use our agents for this development. Please use my SubAgents for developing API, UI, and DB. Okay, let's see how it's going to be implemented with SubAgents. Okay, so now we can see that Claude created 3 parallel streams. Yeah, database schema manager, backend API developer, and UI developer, and all these 3 agents are working in parallel on each own tasks. And yeah, and that's great. So we can also expand and see what is going on inside of each agent, and let me show you. So I expanded the logs, and you can see that for UI developer we have comprehensive prompt. I guess that's the same prompt what we have inside of this agent, and also some logs during the implementation of this task. The same we can see for our backend API agent, some logs, some prompt, and as well the same approach with database schema manager. And I'm going to toggle it back and to pause my screen recording, and again I will come back to you when result will be ready. Yeah, and we will measure the context window after implementation with SubAgents, and we'll be able to compare two approaches. Okay, so development is done, and I would say that I like how this report is presented now. Yeah, so we don't have any technical noise as we had in previous implementation. We have only just nitty logging of each agent. Yeah, so we can see that for example, database scheme manager spent around 2 minutes on the implementation of his task, and actually 21 tools were used during the implementation. And for example, we can see that UI development was the longest part of the development. Yeah. And here is only just report what was done, and that's really nice. I like how it looks like. So let's maybe see the result. So as in previous implementation, projects were created. We can add new project, we can edit project, and also a user is assignable to project. For example, let's assign Bob to API migration, and we can see that Bob was assigned to API migration. So everything works as expected, and yeah, that's pretty nice result. And now let's see maybe how many tokens were used in comparison with previous implementation. Wow, and result is incredible. I will put below the screenshot of our previous implementation, of our previous context usage, but right now we have 63% of available tokens to proceed the development without interrupting the current conversation. And the result, I would say, is pretty good. And it makes sense to use agents in your projects, guys. So please try to add new agents if you don't have them yet on your project. Experiment with agents and share your thoughts. Yes, thank you for watching and have a good day. Bye.